Timeout segment. I got to do it. Got to hit the timeout. Now, this one has been sitting out there for weeks because I have not been making a podcast, but I'm not letting him off the hook. All right? I'm not letting him off the hook. Timeout for Brian Urlacher, the former Chicago Bear middle linebacker. Brian Urlacher speaks on the NBA. And for those of you that don't know, I will read out the entire quote that he stated on his Instagram, I believe. It's ignorant, man. It's ignorant. I mean, a lot of people have respect for Brian Urlacher, especially those from Chicago. At this point, the Chicago Bears have already, disavowed what he stated. And the city of Chicago, I don't think he'll be able to walk around there anytime soon. So Brian Urlacher states this. This is quote for quote. Brett Favre played the Monday Night Football game the day his dad died, threw 4 touchdowns in the first half, and was a legend for playing in the face of adversity. NBA players boycott the playoffs because a dude reaching for a knife wanted on a felony sexual assault warrant was shot by the police. Now, it doesn't get any more ignorant than this, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. Brian Urlacher is wrong for many reasons here. Number one, it's 2 different situations, right? It's 2 different situations. I think Brett Favre's father passing away is well documented. Now, this incident that Brian Urlacher is talking about is a little bit more. It's not as clear cut as the George Floyd incident. I'll say that. And before you guys destroy me, it's not. It's really not. But that's not the point, right? So he's saying that dude is reaching for a knife. Number one, how the hell do you know he's reaching for a knife, right? So Brian Urlacher is getting his information the same way that we're all getting our information from the news. Now, depending on which news station that you're watching, if you're watching news from the right, they're gonna, paint this picture as if this guy is insane, has a crazy criminal record, violent guy, and that's the reason why he got shot. If you watch on the left, it's more of like fortunately, the left understands what's going on here. Now, they do kind of, the left also kind of goes to another extreme, but Brian Urlacher, the point is like kind of flying right over his head, right? So, number one, a felony sexual assault warrant, they didn't know that stuff when they're telling them to stop. They didn't know that, right? They just shot him in the back. So don't tell me that just because this person has a warrant on their record that they deserve to die. Like this statement is one of the most ignorant statements I've ever heard. Again, Brian Urlacher was not on the scene, so to say as if it was a fact that he was reaching for a knife and that it was, it's not that big a deal that he got shot and killed because he had a felony sexual assault warrant on his record, that is just beyond like stupidity. Like Brian Urlacher needs to sit the hell down, shut up. I'm not saying cancel Brian Urlacher. I'm not saying that, but he needs to understand that his statement is not okay. Because just because someone has something on their record doesn't mean that if anything happens to them, they deserve to die, right? There's due process. So, and if he's an American, he would understand that. He would understand that. So I'll leave it at that. Again, hopefully timeout is not something that I continue to go through. But Brian Urlacher, the hell are you talking about, man? Sit down. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more fire sports takes. And for those of you who are on the go, make sure you subscribe to our full show, which airs every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch more. Until then, I'm chucking it up, and I'll see you guys next time.